Hello, church family. Just wanted to let you guys know one of two things. Number one, I am still alive and that we are doing okay as a family. We haven't killed each other yet, but tensions are rising in the Miramontes household. Secondly, I wanted to share with you a passage that I've been reading through in this past week, that I've been reflecting over, that I've been really diving into with everything that's going on. We live in a super weird time in 2020. With everything happening with the virus, and it's just really uncertain, and we're not sure where to go or how to react or what we should do or what we should not do. And so I just wanted to share this little passage that comes from Habakkuk. His story takes place in 600 BC, around then, and during this time the Babylonian Empire was rising to power. They were growing and growing and growing and expanding, and this meant that Israel was in danger. And so Habakkuk is writing about this time of war, of famine, disease, everything. And so it's just a similar time to what we're experiencing today. Maybe we're not worrying about an invading nation, but we are worried about what's going to happen in the next coming weeks. We're not sure what to do. And Habakkuk, in his 3rd chapter, I encourage you to read through all of it. He in the beginning section of chapter 3, he goes through and he's talking about God. And he's saying things like in verse 4, his splendor was like the sunrise, rays flash from his hand where his power was hidden. And he's talking about how amazing and how powerful and how strong and capable our God is. And this is not news for a lot of us. We know how powerful, we know how amazing and awesome our God is. But even though we know that, even though we understand that, we still get lost. We still get fearful. We're still afraid. We're still scared. And then in verse 17, Habakkuk talks about his current situation and what his response to his situation is. And starting in verse 17, he says, "Though the fig tree does not bud, and there are no grapes on the vines, though the olive crop fails and the fields produce no food, though there are no sheep in the pen, no cattle in the stalls." He's just outlining his situation. Nothing is going well. Right? We're not getting any crops. We're worried about invasion. We're panicking. And we are a lot like that in today's world, in 2020, in March 2020. We're afraid. Right? There's nobody outside. Right? We're stuck inside. Toilet paper is all gone. You can't go to Target and get toilet paper. It's all gone. And then in verse 18 he says, "Yet I will rejoice in the Lord. I will be joyful in God, my Savior." He ties it all back to how powerful and how strong God is. I love that he uses the very first word in verse 17, though. Right? Even though all of this is happening, even though all of this crazy things, and we're not sure and we're unsure and we don't know if we have hope or we're questioning God's sovereignty, even though that's happening, I will rejoice in the Lord, and I will be joyful in God, my Savior. He continues, the Lord, the sovereign Lord is my strength. He makes my feet like the feet of a deer. He enables me to tread on the heights. That's my encouragement for you guys. That's encouragement for your families is, we don't know what's going on. It's confusing. It's frustrating. It's annoying. But even though there's all of this happening, Habakkuk shows us how we should respond in these situations. I will rejoice in the Lord. I will be joyful in God, my Savior. That's my hope for you, is that as you're going through this, as we're quarantined, as we're stuck inside, we're watching the news, that this will be something that you say every time you feel down. I will rejoice in the Lord. I will be joyful in God, my Savior. We're praying for you. Church, if you need anything from us, we're available. We're here for you. We want to help you through this time as much as possible. We appreciate your prayers for us as we're navigating this tough time. We love you, and we thank you for everything we're doing. Thanks so much.